Hi friends, this is my full guide for your mercenary. If you're playing a sorceress, I'll tell you each mercenary that you need to play step by step in function of the equipment that you can give it to him. So I'll split this guide in three. The first one is to tell you which mercenary and which equipment that you need to give to him in function if you are at the beginning of the ladder, at the end of the ladder, at the end game, and so on. After, I'll give you more details about this choice, so if you want to go more in depth with the choice of mercenary. And I took some gameplay from the no ladder because having infinity in ladder is a bit tricky at the moment, but you'll have a good idea of these mercenaries. So the first one that you need before having treachery and a helm with life leash is the mercenary from the Acto 1. He's the most efficient to stay alive without a good stuff, that's why it's very important to take this one with an insight on it so you'll get the mana regen. Then once you found a helm with life leash and if possible a treachery is quite easy to find, so you put them on your mercenary in Act 2. If you're a cold sorceress, you go for might in order to boost the merc damage, and otherwise they can think of the frozen aura in order to have this CC. We move to this mercenary because you can have an ethereal weapon, meaning that your mercenary will hit much harder than the Act 1 mercenary, and also if you are using might you'll start having some crazy damage. So now the third mercenary that I'll advise is the Act 5 mercenary, so you use Plague, it's a bit harder to have on an ethereal weapon, and you can use also Wasp or Lawbringer or Head Striker and so on. You have plenty of weapons, but you need a Plague on an ethereal one for your Frenzy mercenary in the Act 5. He'll be very fast and get some crazy damage, kill all the immunes and tons of monsters. Last one, of course, we stay on something not very fancy, but it's Infinity, Fortitude and Andariel Face on your mercenary Act 2 with Might or the Frozen Aura. Additional information in order for you to better understand my choice of mercenary. The first one is the difference between Plague and Infinity. Infinity lower resistances on fire, lightning and ice by 85%, and it's an aura, so it's always applied. It also reduces the defense of your enemies by 82%, so it will be very easy for your mercenary to hit the enemies. So that's why Infinity is always better than Plague, except of course if you have a poison character, but it's not the case for our sorceress. In the end, Act 3 mercenary are not very good with our sorceress, so I tried several things, but they always end up being less interesting than the mercenaries that I introduced you just before. The 200 mercenary at the Act 5 is very less stronger than the Frenzy one, so I would advise to never play this character. I will show you some gameplay, but the Frenzy one is always better than this one. If your mercenary has an S insight on a CV for example, or better if you have, with the Might Aura you'll start having 1k to 5k damage, a thing that you'll never reach with your Act 1 mercenary. That's why we quickly move to the Act 2 mercenary. I'll first start this gameplay with the Act 2 mercenary, so just check the damage that he's doing to Lord Assess. He's immune to cold and he can just almost one-shot this elite. So I'll show you after with the Act 5 mercenary, but you have really a good damage with only an S insight, treachery and a helm with some life leash. To show you the 200 mercenary Act 5, you see the damage on Lord Assess, it's almost non-existent. He even have some troubles to kill him, so that's why it's not very a good choice to have this mercenary. I just wanted to show you his stuff with treachery, Plague on an ethereal weapon and Ariad's helm. So the stuff is good and he still have a lot of trouble to kill the enemies. The Act 5 Frenzy is the strongest in order to kill very fast the enemy and not having infinity, so it was a non-ladder footage, but as you can see it's very convenient. He can destroy everything, and when you can put him some good Plague on an ethereal one-hand sword. Of course, top of the top, the infinity. Once again it's from non-ladder footage, but as you can see the convention remains the best aura, and your mercenary will deal ton of damage. He'll have a lot of system and the aura is just perfect for your sorceress. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget that you find everything about Diablo 2 Resurrected and the other games that we are covering on dmgaming.eu. Bye bye!